let us decide tonight that we should not miss this great gift by our Imam, including me, inshallah. Let us decide that from tomorrow after every Fajr prayers, we will recite Dua Adila after every Fajr prayers. But however, brothers, why is this so that every time we like to do dua and to supplicate to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, we feel very lazy? We cannot be bothered sometimes. Why is this so? Brothers, this is also the trick and planning of shaitan. Our Holy Prophet Muhammad Mustafa, Ahmad Mustafa sallallahu alayhi wa alihi wa sallam, asked shaitan, Shaitan, why do you prevent my followers? Why do you prevent my nation to do the dua to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? Shaitan replied, O Prophet of Allah, whenever your followers or nation do dua or supplicate to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, I become deaf and dumb. And how can I deceive your followers? How can I deceive your believers without the ability of speaking and the ability of listening? So brothers, this is the great dua, which is a great tool and a strong weapon by our Imam Ali alayhi salam to defeat shaitan. There are various similar questions which the Holy Prophet asked shaitan, such as, Shaitan, why do you prevent my followers from reciting the Holy Quran? Why do you prevent my followers from paying sadaqah? Who are the types of followers who get under your control, who get under your trap? Why do you prevent my followers from asking forgiveness? These were the source of question which the Holy Prophet had asked shaitan. But unfortunately, due to the insufficient of time, I will not be able to go through them all. However, there is one unique question which I do want to share with you. But before sharing, please recite one loud salawat on Muhammad and Ali Muhammad. You see, in our human life, we have friends and we have enemies. Shaitan also has friends and enemies. Now mind you, Shaitan's friends are the enemies of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And the enemy of Shaitan is the friend of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Shaitan said, O Prophet of Allah, I have 15 kinds of enemies and 11 types of friends. Although I won't have sufficient time to go through them all, but I will go through one type of the enemy of Shaitan. The rest you can refer to a book called Kitab al-Adha'il or search through the internet. First and foremost, Shaitan said, O Prophet of Allah, my first enemy is you and your holy progeny. Shaitan continued and said, O Prophet of Allah, if it had not been for you or your holy progeny and the Ahlul Bayt, my mission would have been quite successful. It is because of you who brought the religion of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and made people the believers of Allah's communication. Please recite one loud salawat on Muhammad and Ali Muhammad. My dear audience, this is such a great ihsan, such a great favor by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that He has sent Muhammad and Ali Muhammad for our recommendations. Now all we need to do is refer to them and apply it in our life. Let me give you a short example. For example, if a person is dying and he needs blood, we donate blood. Why? To save his life. However, what happens is if our heart is dying? What happens if a time comes that our heart needs life? What do? It is very simple. We have to go to the doorstep of Ahlul Bayt alayhi salam and ask them. Imam Muhammad Baqir alayhi salam has said, Inna hadithana yuhyi al-qulub. That verily the tradition, yani the Ahlul Bayt, survive the hearts of whom? The believers. So the traditions of the Ahlul Bayt makes the heart alive. Allahu Akbar. What a great treasure we have. the mission of Prophet Adam, the mission of Prophet Musa, the mission of Prophet Nuh, the mission of Prophet Sulaiman, the mission of Prophet Isa, Jesus, would all have been destroyed and ruined if it had not been for the sacrifice of Imam Hussain alayhi salam. In other words, Imam Hussain saved the mission of Adam, the mission of Nuh, the mission of Musa, the mission of Ibrahim, the mission of Isa, the mission of Muhammad Mustafa sallallahu alayhi wa alihi wa sallam. Which is why, brothers and sisters, in every Shab-e Jummah, in every Thursday night, all the prophets go to visit the grave of Imam Hussain alayhi salam to say, "Oh Hussain, we are very grateful that you have saved Islam, that you have saved our mission." I would not have been surprised if Imam Hussain alayhi salam would have replied that, "Oh prophets, I am very happy that you have come. But let us go to Sham, to my sister Zainab, that she deserves your thanks more than I do." Brothers, she was the one who had faced so many difficulties after Imam Hussain, along with Kulthum, Rubab, Sayyid Sajjad and Sakina, who were tied with chains around their necks, hands and feet. Kulthum, Bibi Zainab, were put on camels without any saddles to go from Karbala to Kufa and from Kufa to Sham, and they were tied so tightly with ropes and chains that if one of them fell down, the others were pulled down too. So much so that the guards would then beat them all before putting them back on the camels. Sayyid Sajjad, Imam Ali Zainul Abidin, despite his illness, was made to walk behind foot, very heavily chained. Ala la'natullahi ala al-qawm al-zalimin. Inna lillah wa inna ilayhi raji'un.